Hey guys, it's Haley and I'm back to do a video and a tutorial all about fussy cutting and DIY ephemera. So you can see I've got these little dishes down here with all different ephemera that I've made. These I have made from 12 by 12 paper, and all of these I have made from Project Life and We Are Memory Keepers cards. These, I'm going to be fussy cutting some of these. These are from the Maggie Holmes Open Book Core Kit, which I had bought one and then bought another one for the giveaway. So these are not parts. I didn't take anything out of the giveaway ones. They are still fully intact, 150 cards. These are the Dear Lizzie Fine and Dandy Core Kit. This is the We Are Memory Keepers Inked Rose. This was just a little like pads worth. I got the 3x4 and the 4x6 pads at Hobby Lobby on sale. And then these are from Dear Lizzie's newer collection, what is it? Happy Day, Happy Together? I don't know. It's her newest collection. Let me see if I have that on here somewhere. I'm sure I do. Happy Place, Dear Lizzie, Happy Place. And these are from DCWV Vintage Collector. And I have a bunch of pieces from this collection. So let's start with, let me move some of these out of the way. Sorry for the reach. Stackable. I have some of the cards I'm going to fussy cut also. And these awesome Instagram square cards I got. These are also go with the Inked Rose I got in a pen pal swap. So, this is all I have left of the 12 by 12 sheet of paper because I've already cut all of these. So all of these, there is a whole bunch I made with less than one sheet of paper. Now, when you're fussy cutting, I like to leave a white border like this. And even like the space in between, or any sort of border, if it's patterned paper, and especially if it's double-sided, I will use that to take my little, I guess like tiny confetti size punches and make little shapes for my shaker pockets. And even if they're single-sided, I love to use tiny die cuts for like little checklists and bullet points in my projects. So let's go ahead and cut something out. What's something good? Let's do this parrot. And my biggest, I guess my biggest suggestion and tip is to move the paper and not your scissors. That's going to give you a smoother cut. Also, to get a decent pair of scissors, I got these for $1.99 at Tuesday Morning. They're the newer scissors from American Crafts. And I think they're actually like $8 online. So, and I recommend Tuesday Morning for everything. I mean, they even have like newer collections right when they came out. I just got the sequin pack from the Crate Paper Hello Love. And they had it a while. I had just missed it because it was like in the sequin kind of area instead of with the rest of the paper crafting stuff. I also got that DCWV Vintage Collector paper pad there, the 12 by 12 pad for $5.99. And I basically made like 5 different bags and types of ephemera with that, which I'm going to show you all of them. So, as I'm going around, you see I am turning the paper, not my scissors, leaving a border. Now this paper was just so perfect because it had a white border, but it doesn't matter if it has, or a white background, and it doesn't matter if it's a white background or not. I'll show you when I'm doing the Dear Lizzie Fine and Dandy ones. It really doesn't matter, and sometimes the colored ones look cuter, but with this white border, it looks exactly like the ephemera packs that you would buy for this collection. I actually did want to buy the ephemera pack for this collection, but I just wasn't able to get my hands on it. Like, they were sold out everywhere. And since ephemera is getting really big and coming back in, it's so hard to get your hands on it. Which, that is a downside of it becoming more popular. So, there is my parrot all cut up. Now, and that's what I would say difference in die cuts and ephemera. Here's a good example. In the Inked Rose collection, like these are are ephemera because they are images cut out. These were all parts to one large 4x6 journal card. Now these tags are die cuts because they are just a shape cut out of a pattern. And actually, what if the actual term ephemera is refers to is like vintage, not necessarily vintage or antique, but classically pieces of paper or things like that that are not intended as souvenirs or saving. Look it up, but it's like ticket stubs, receipts, packaging, things like that that people save. So that's what ephemera is. Old vintage postcards, like the vintage Valentines, that's what ephemera is. In scrapbooking, ephemera, they've kind of changed the term, and it is, yeah, what I just explained. So that is fussy cutting on out of a 12x12 sheet. Now the cameras, see, all of them are glossified, and they came like that. These are from a paper pad, so they're single-sided, just like real ephemera. And also in this paper pad, let me start with this sheet. Sorry about that. Okay, this sheet was full of all kinds of frames. There's a little baggie of them. And some of them had quotes in them. There's a few little hearts and circles. There was a full sheet of hexagons with all different images in them, which I cut apart. And, oh, here we go. A full 12x12 sheet of hearts. And I just cut, since these were all in like a grid pattern, I cut the 12x12 paper straight across into strips, and then proceeded to fussy cut each heart individually. I actually did both sheets of this because it came with 2 sheets of each pattern in the pad, and I went ahead and did both sheets and cut out all of the alphabet. They had the alphabet and the appropriate number of each letter, you know, depending on what letter it was, extra A's, E's, I's, O's, etc. And then the last sheet I fussy cut from that collection was all different words and quotes in like this chalkboard style. So from that one $5.99 12x12 paper pad, I got all of that ephemera, plus all the papers that I can use to make some awesome layouts and pages. So let's do a project life card. These are all the different ones that I have made from the Maggie Holmes open book collection. And let's see these. This one is cut apart because what I wanted to do was fussy cut a lot of these little cameras. I thought those would make an awesome little shaker pocket. So let's scoot these out of the way. Oh, and this is from, they actually made a project life card out of, you know, one of the cut apart sheets, and I was working on that. This is the 4th time I've filmed this. So yeah, I went ahead and started cutting that apart. I will finish that up in a little bit. What image should we cut out of this? What's a good one? Ooh, let's do the house. This is a great image to fussy cut. Oh, and I can save the camera. Let's do the camera first. Or I'm sorry, the glasses. Let's do the glasses first. That way I don't forget about it. And I'm turning the paper, not my scissors. And you can get as close as you want to something or leave a larger border. It's completely up to you and how you want it to look, because it's your own ephemera. See, we didn't even cut the house. And it's easier to cut smaller pieces, and especially because both of these sides, the backgrounds are very plain. I'm not going to be saving these to punch shapes out of, so I don't care about, you know, just cutting through it, as long as I'm not cutting the actual images that I'm wanting to save. Trash pile. Awesome little pair of glasses. Now let's do our little house. You know what? I'm going to cut this straight across with my paper trimmer because this will be a cool little tab area. Let's see, can you see that bottom part? Yes. Hope that was straight. Oh, it wasn't super straight. And I totally messed it up. I should have done the other side. What was I thinking? Oh well. That was a poor choice. Now I can show you how to, if you want no border. And then no one will even notice that I messed up. And even when you're doing this, if you want to leave no border, I mean, some ephemera comes like that. It's just a little more difficult to cut because with no border, it shows imperfections more. See how my line isn't exactly completely perfectly straight? You really wouldn't be able to tell with the white border, but things happen. And see, this is when you want to make sure you have a sharp pair of scissors to get into, and ones that are thin towards the end, because if the actual blade is too wide, it will kind of like bend up and cut into your paper as you're trying to fussy cut things. So also, if you can't find, like, I guess better scissors that are the cheapest, best scissors you can get are actually little scissors for sewing and thread, because fabric is obviously harder to cut, so they're going to be sharper. And before I got these from Tuesday Morning, I was using a pair of sewing scissors, and the only reason they weren't quite as good as these is because they were getting dull because I used them so much. So there's our cute little house, no border. And yeah, my little tab. There's another way. Now, since this is the like fourth time I've done this, I actually have, where do these go? I actually had this as a full 12 by 12 sheet, but I had started cutting it apart, made ephemera out of this. And there's all, I guess, once you start looking, it'll be easier to determine what kind of paper or is going to be better to cut things out of, if that makes any sense. Can we see this? Let's see. Sorry if you can hear that in the background. Biscuit is scratching to make herself a little bed. So, all these are square or rectangular shapes, and they are the easiest to cut because you just take your paper trimmer and make sure that both sides obviously are even and slice. So there we go. These papers are from the Basic Gray Capture collection, and I got them in the Best of Basic Gray paper pad that I got the other day at Hobby Lobby. So yes, Maggie Holmes. I also wanted to show you these. This is from a Me and My Big Ideas paper pad, and it was just basically a whole sheet full of quotes. It's the little moments that make life big, things like that. They were kind of getting bent because I didn't, I didn't choose a bag that was tall enough to cover up the top, like to hold even the longest pieces, but oh well. And those are cool. I went ahead and kept the longest ones together because as I'm putting them on a paper, even if it's not wide enough, I can cut them as needed. These, let's see, these are from the new Michael's paper pads, the Craftsmith Melon Patch, and then this one is the Boho Tropical. Yeah, Craftsmith Boho Tropical, the pineapple-y one. Whoops, that foiling is causing some riffraff on there. So, I hope you guys got some good ideas. I hope that kind of explained some things for you, and let's zoom in a little bit. Kind of showed you what you can do and how easy it is to make your own ephemera. You will get good at it so quickly you won't even believe it. And as a little bonus, I'm going to show you some of these shaker embellishments that I made lately. I already showed you these in the last one. This is the Chanel one and the one that matches my channel art right now. And then I made 5 gold pineapple paper clips and a silver. Because sometimes you need silver in your layout, sometimes you need gold, and there's all different little things in there. So anyway, make sure you guys go and sign up for my giveaway if you have not yet. And yeah, sign up for the giveaway. I hope it goes well. I know it's going to go great. And make sure, if you're the winner, to go back and look at all my DIY embellishments, because I will include any of the DIY embellishments I've made in the past as some little bonuses. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you soon. Bye!